everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Eagles going up against the Jets. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Chandler Catanzaro and the Jets ready to do the honors, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5 quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting.
They go play action here on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Alan Branch with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So on fourth down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for the Jets, Jalen Marshall. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch, decision-making, ability to make plays, that's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. That'll bring up 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
2nd down now after the incompletion. A first carry now. This is Hill. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
On first down. Wentz caught right side. It's Jeffrey. That one goes for 24 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On second down, Hill. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
A dump off now to Hill. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's third and short.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a third and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Jeremy Hill was the one he was trying to hit there, and it's 3rd and short.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. First down, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Fletcher Cox able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. On the return, it's Jalen Marshall. Pretty move. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Tyrod Taylor, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. Bridgewater on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Bridgewater. Letting one go deep for Enunwa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Jets and the Eagles are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Late in the first quarter, Jeffries the target here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 32-yard line. Third down from the 46. The pass ends up being picked off. Eagles take it back all the way for the score as they take a 7-0 lead. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to East Rutherford for the start of the second half.
Okay, Larry, back here, 7-0 our score as we ready ourselves for this second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Bridgewater now on second down. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism. Great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. He gets away from one. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stops shy of the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got room. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Offense lining up 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Bridgewater. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And an update from up in Foxborough. The Patriots, they've opened a 2-touchdown advantage in that one. Latavius Murray, he's got 2 rushing touchdowns. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath.
He's got him in, complete. A gain of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into right protection scheme.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Pennell in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
On these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. From midfield, here's Wentz. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field. A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hills hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing now is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They run with Pumphrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, if they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Here's Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And some room to roam now. And he slides to avoid the hit. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Pumphrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Bullock will put this one through. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. Patriots continuing to roll, opening their lead up even further. A win would be their first of the young season. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Anderson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Let's go. 180.
Bridgewater again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Man open left side is Brown. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And it's the Bengals that wound up winning that one. Andy Dalton, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Eagles, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.